Hello and welcome back once again to a Monday evening of racing with me, your boy Vexed, is Vexman, and the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's Gt7 Championship. This is season 23. We're now into round 5. Actually having to stream on my channel this evening because for some unknown reason I cannot get onto the Aero League Racing's channel. So we're going to be a little bit behind with the schedule. I will try and give you a rundown through the standings when qualifying gets underway. But for the minute we're going to have to stream on my channel. As I say, admins are probably furiously tapping keys behind the scenes trying to get me access once again to the Aero League Racing YouTube, but the show must go on, and we are going to get into qualifying shortly, I do believe, although I think somebody has just had to nip off to the toilet quickly, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of a... Oh yeah, Catfish has had to disappear for 5 minutes, so qualifying may be slightly delayed, which is fine. As I say, we will get a rundown through the standings coming into qualifying when everyone's doing their first out lap. And I will go and find that now. I'll go and find the standings for you so we can bring you them ever so soon. So after his 3 DNFs in a row, I think he had a DNS in there as well, is Clarky going to manage to finish this round? He's been showing some really good pace. I think he's just been caught up in a few little incidents and it's just thrown his game off. Maybe also having a disconnect as well, but it looks like his, at the moment his connection looks pretty good, so hopefully going to be able to bag some decent points this evening in that GTR. Currently in this practice session as well, 800ths faster than Simon, but maybe Simon could be sandbagging a little bit before we get into the actual qualifying session. There he is in the Lamborghini, still top of the table at the moment. He's got a 7-point lead over Lewis in second place. As I say, we will have a full rundown through the standings when qualifying gets underway. Jamie had a very good round last week, managing to pick up a 4th and a 2nd. So I wonder what you can do this evening around Interlagos. Currently sat provisional 4th in this practice session. Obviously we will get the lobby reset for qualifying, and we are 20 minutes into this practice session. 20 minutes and change. And if it's your first time here, welcome along to the Aero League Racing's Gt7 Championship. This, as I say, round 5 now of season 23, so over the halfway mark of this season. The season's starting to come to an end, starting to wind things up. We've got 4 rounds to go, including this one. In fact, while we're waiting for qualifying to begin, let's have a quick rundown. So Simon's still top of the table with 137 points in the Lamborghini Huracan. We've got Lewis in the McLaren 650S. He's in second place currently with 130 points. We have Alessandro in third with 82 points in the Lamborghini Huracan also. So decent points for the Huracan boys so far. Jamie now in fourth place in the Ferrari 458 with 80 points. He's 10 points ahead of his teammate Racing Green in fifth with 70 points. BX is in sixth with 58 points. We've got Keto in seventh with 54. Yannick's in 8th with 52 points. We've got Sinofak in 9th with 46. Clarkey, the Dark Knight, in 10th with 44 points. We've got Kep in 11th with 42. Tied with Sladle in 12th with 42 points also. EZM is in 13th with 22. Dino is in 14th with 20 points. We've got Marilux in 15th with 19. Then we have Tim in 16th with 17 points. Catfish is in 17th with 10. We've got Big Bonnie in 18th with 7 points. And Simo bringing up the rear with 1 point in 19th place. So this is going to be it. This will be qualifying. Let's find Senior Fac. Almost at the pit exit already in that R8. And what is he going to be able to do here around Interlagos? I didn't pick up on what sort of times he was doing in practice, so it'd be interesting to see what his first flying lap is. So for some reason it's still showing Clarkey Dark Knight in first place. Although he's still yet to leave the pits, but once they get through the first split, I do believe it will sort out the grid order, and we'll go through and have a look what everybody's driving. Obviously no changes throughout the season, everybody's in the same car, but it's always good to give the viewers a look at what everybody's in. Unfortunately, only the drivers are probably going to be able to get in on this stream session unless we got some people from my channel currently who've decided to join. Some of the regulars probably aren't going to know about my channel, so they probably won't know that we're streaming here tonight. And I do believe the admins are probably working on a solution to be able to get me access back to the Aero League Racing's YouTube. So the order still hasn't sorted itself out, but Senior Fac is currently at the front of the field in that Audi R8. So he's in the R8. We got Marilux in the Peugeot RCZ. Alessandro is in the Lamborghini Huracan. We got BX Royal in the Porsche 911 GT3. Henri is in the Ferrari 296, I think it is. Simon is in the Lamborghini Huracan, followed by Jamie in the Ferrari 458. We've got Kito in the second of the two R8s. Yannick in the Porsche 911 GT3, looking like he's BX's teammate for the season. Sladle in the second of the two Peugeot RCZs. We've got Cap in the second of the two Ferrari 296s. Lewis in the McLaren 650S. Gets it a little bit wrong through that turn there. Gets almost sideways. Perhaps trying to leave himself a bit of room between the car and front as well. And then we have Dino sat in the pits and Catfish in the pits. So are them two... Are they on a quali ban or are they just not present at the moment? Senior Fac now coming up to finish his first flying lap. What is it going to be? Senior Fac will cross the line with a 1:32.6. Marilux goes fast. Alessandro up into provisional pole. Or up onto provisional pole, 1:31.7. Somehow Clarkey's still not being shuffled down the order. There we go. Simon. I'm thinking about Simo at the bottom of the standing. Simon up into provisional second place. A tenth slower than his teammate currently. For some reason Clarkey's still sat there in third. Jamie is currently provisional third. Then we have Kitto in 4th, Yannick 5th, Sladel 6th, Gt7 kept 8th, Sinelfac 9th, BX 10th, Lewis 11th, Henri coming out of the pits on a fresh set of tyres in 12th, Distinct Dino 13th, Catfish 14th, and well, where's Dark Knight in there? I guess Clarkey would be before Dino. Yeah, very strange. I'm not sure why it's still showing him being in 3rd place. Alessandro currently with a time to be a 1:31.7, currently picking up the toe from Marolux ahead in that Peugeot. Looks like he's definitely still got a fast lap left in them tyres. He's coming up to the end of this lap as well. Will he ditch it into the pits, or will he carry this one on? Will he bank this one? I'm not sure if he's fast or not. We didn't see it through the split. And actually into the pits for Alessandro to take on a fresh set of tyres. So Marolux has stayed out, hoping to pick the slipstream up off Sinelfac ahead, currently sat in provisional 3rd. And actually shuffling Simon down into 5th place. Borgiani, I'm sure he's got a better lap in him. He's been absolutely flying all season long, as has Lewis, who has taken the new fastest lap, a 1:31.4, which is actually 3/10 faster than Alessandro. Just looking for that one good lap, wasn't he? The top 5s all into the 1:31s. 6th place down, 1:32s on the board. Alessandro now on an out lap. BX Royal coming up to finish the lap. Is he into the pits? He is. So Marolux coming into his pit box. Simon coming up to the end of an out lap. He's got Alessandro sat ahead of him, so these two both coming to the end of their out laps, I believe. Yeah, so Alessandro is coming to the end of it, as is Simon. So it looks like Alessandro may be trying to give the toe now to Simon, try and help him improve on this lap. Needs to be a little bit closer. And Alessandro probably hoping he doesn't catch BX too quickly. BX only attempt slower than Alessandro at the moment. How is BX doing? BX just coming up to the end of an out lap, so the two cars behind on fast laps, Alessandro and Simon. Coming through the middle sector now, through the centre S's. And actually up on his time, 2 temps. He's got 5 to find. He's got to be well and truly tucked into that slip now. I think Alessandro losing a little bit of time through that last sector, but maybe it's all tactical. Maybe it is to help Simon punch a hole through the wind. What's his time going to be? 1:31.5, which puts him provisional 2nd place, only 400 slower at this stage than Lewis. Has caught up to his teammate though. Can they go once again and maybe get 1-2? on the grid. Currently second and third are the Lamborghinis. Lewis's previous lap very close to his fastest, a 1:31.5 on lap 5. His fastest currently 1:31.483. Is it going to be an improvement on this lap, or is he surely going to take on a set of tyres? I know we're coming up to the end of the session, into the final minute of qualifying. If he goes into the pits now, he's not going to get an opportunity to put in another lap. I think, oh, he's actually down through that split. Yeah, just binning it off. Thinks he's got enough to secure that pole position. We're going to have to look at the splits and see what's going on. In fact, we're not going to see a split. We're only going to see it when he comes across the start-finish, but I think that might be all she wrote. Alessandro, no improvement. Simon, no improvement. BX Royal on his final flying lap. For some reason, still says that Dark Knight sat in 6th. I'm not sure that is the case. Some of the cars behind have slowed down. So who is at the front of the field here? Marilux is following. Is it Senior Fac? I think it's Senior Fac. Yeah, so we've got Senior Fac and then Marilux. And then behind we have one of the Lamborghinis, I believe that is. Oh no, it's the McLaren of Catfish. Sat back in 12th, maybe picking up the slip though from the cars ahead, from Marilux in that Peugeot. Senior Fac through the final couple of turns now. Can he improve? Currently sat in provisional 8th. He's only got a few hundredths to find. Is he going to manage to do it though? Marilux looks to have taken the slip all the way through there, and it's no improvement from either of them two cars. Catfish, no improvement. BX, oh, and Jamie at the end there improves up into 7th, and Kitto up into 5th. Well, I think that's going to be it. I think that's everybody finishing their final. Oh, we've got a few cars behind. No, that is it. That is all she wrote for qualifying. So your results once again puts Lewis on pole. He took the fastest lap, a 1:31.4. Simon starts in 2nd, only 400ths off of Lewis there at the end. Alessandro starting 3rd. We've got BX in 4th. Kitto starts in 5th. Marilux in 6th. Jamie starting 7th. Clarkey starts in 8th. We've got Senior Fac in 9th. Sladle in 10th. Yannick in 11th. Catfish in 12th. Kep in 13th. Henri in 14th. And Dino starts in 15th place. Wait, how does Clark still start? He didn't put a time on the board. He should be towards the back. That's strange. I don't know if grid is going to have to be sorted by the host. Yeah, the table is bugged. Oh, Alessandro, welcome along, dude. Glad you managed to find us, mate. Yeah, it's very, very close indeed. Super close. Oh, so is that it? I think we can see the grid now. So Lewis starts on pole, Simon in 2nd place, Alessandro in 3rd, BX in 4th, Kitto in 5th, Marilux in 6th, Jamie in 7th, Senior Fac in 8th, Sladle 9th, Yannick in 10th, NRG Catfish in 11th, and this is it. We're going to have to go on board with the grid. We got Catfish, Kep, Henri, Dark Knight, Stino, and we join the cars on grid for the first race of the evening. We have Mr. Klaxon but the lights are out and they're off. Lewis trying to cover off already. Got a bit of a bad start there. Managed to cover off Simon and Alessandro, the two Lamborghinis behind him. Simon looks to the outside. A little like Alessandro having a cheeky look up the inside there, but everybody gets through unscathed. Jamie up into 4th place. Mario looks down to 5th. Kitto trying to make his way through there as well. Kitto currently 6th. We've got Sladle in 7th trying to go around the outside there. Sladle, will he be able to make it stick around the outside? We're coming up to the next hard braking zone. I've lost my... There we go. Doesn't manage to get it done, so Kitto coming off ahead out of that one. And now we have a battle in the background between BX and Catfish. BX trying to go up the inside now, should have the inside for the next turn. Can Catfish hold it around the outside? BX now getting slowed down by Sladle. Bit of a rolling roadblock there, cannot get past that Peugeot. Senior Fack in the background there, Senior Fack! Ah, Senior Fack, that is unlucky from Senior Fack. He's going to go all the way down to the back of the pack now. And then we've got Kep up the inside of Yannick. I think it's going to turn into Yannick's turn for the next right-hander. But Kep has got it sewn up into 11th place. Then we've got Clarky all the way down. Well, he's got half a second's penalty in 13th place. Gets a massive snap on the rear end, keeps it going though. Backed up by his teammate there, Dino, who also has a penalty, a whole second's worth of penalty there for Dino. So we've got Yannick there in 12th, Kep in 11th, getting a little bit squirrely there. Henri is 10th, we have Catfish in 9th. BX is 8th, Sladle 7th, getting onto the back now of Kitto in 6th. We have Marilux in 5th. And it looks like Jamie looking for the move now on Alessandro, goes around the outside into turn 1. Alessandro's going to hold it though on the inside there. Jamie looking for the switch back. Looks like he might have gone around the outside. How did he get that done? Jamie up into 3rd place there. And a bit of a battle forming between Simon and Lewis. Lewis defending ferociously against Simon. Simon getting shown the long way round into this second hard braking zone of the lap. Still trying to make his way through. Lewis cleverly covering off the inside for this next right-hander. He's squeezing Simon to the outside there. Both taking fairly similar lines. Lewis still having to defend. Simon trying to look for the better line, maybe look for the switchback, but still unable to do so. Does carry so much momentum though through the turns. Onto the rear bumper once again of that McLaren, absolutely pushing him along now. Lewis's rear view is going to be absolutely full of that Lamborghini. Simon also just going to be picking up dirty air at the moment, and only 4 tenths behind is Jamie in the 458. Jamie is coming fast in the background. Are we going to see a move come now from Simon in 2nd place? He's going to manage to make it around the outside. Takes the fastest lap there. Lewis keeps his nose in. Manages to hold the position for the minute, but yeah, it looks like it might only be a matter of time before the Lamborghini driver does manage to make a move stick. Can be quite hard to overtake around Interlagos. Covers off the inside early doors, showing him around the outside once again. Looking for the better exit through this left-hander. Sneaking up the inside now. Lewis isn't going to be able to squeeze him too much now. He's going to have to give him room, and he does. Gives him plenty of room this time. That's a great bit of driving from these two drivers. Good bit of racing, but that has brought Jamie right back into this fight. Jamie right under the rear wing now of the Lamborghini. Looked like he was trying to show his intentions there, maybe looking for a sneaky move up the inside. Wasn't quite close enough to make it happen. And actually takes the fastest lap as well. Lap 2, 1:31.9. Can he capitalise on these guys ahead of him? Fighting as they are. It's giving him the momentum he needs to get onto the back of them. And also with a nice bit of a buffer at the moment over Alessandro. Alessandro needs to try and work to get back under the rear wing of the Ferrari. Doesn't want to start being pressured by Marilux back in 5th place. And there we go, we see up ahead Simon. Does he finally manage to get a move done? No, he doesn't. Somehow Lewis still holds on to the lead. Cracking bit of driving. staying to the outside this time. Simon not quite close enough to go for a move. But that's brought Jamie right back into it again. Only 5 tenths off the leader is Jamie, and in the background there we see Alessandro as well. See Alessandro under pressure now from Marilux. Marilux tries to go around the outside. Can he get it done? No, he can't. He has to slot back in behind the Lamborghini. Can he have a look into this next right-hander? Still cannot find the pass. So Marilux doing really well at the moment to put the pressure onto 4th place Alessandro in that Peugeot. We got Kitto behind in the R8. Also not far behind is Sladle in the second of the 2 Peugeots. We got BX being pounded by Catfish in the McLaren. He has Henri for company. Then we have Kep in 11th place. Clarkey managing to find his way back to 12th now. He was 13th last time we checked in. Yannick now 13th. Dino in 14th. And Senior Fac all the way down in 15th place and 9.5 seconds off the rest of the field. Lewis having the absolute defensive race of his life. But I think Simon maybe has found an opportunity now up the inside. So Lewis had to take the off-road. Is he going to end up with half a second? I think he might have just got away with that. That's brought Jamie right back into it again. Once again, Jamie giving the bump draft there to Simon. Not quite enough to be able to get him past the McLaren. Looking for the better exit through this left-hander once again. Can he get ahead before the next right? Does move ahead momentarily, but Lewis should surely win it back on this next sharp right-hander, and he does. All he's got to do now is defend through the left. And in fact, this is really starting to spice up now. Look at the top 6. The top 6 couldn't be closer. Kitto only 2 seconds off the leader. There's only 2 seconds separating the top 6 at the moment. Massive train starting to form now. Can Simon find his way past Lewis? He's also got Jamie waiting in the wings there as well. Jamie's been looking absolutely rapid in that 458. We're just going to go on board for a minute actually and just watch this fight unfold ahead. So Lewis darting over to the inside once again. Shows Simon the long way round. Can Simon get it up the inside through this next right-hander? Doesn't want to take too much of the curve, and he does manage to make it stick that time. Lewis with a slide on the rear there, managed to catch it, but Jamie into the back of him. Not slowing him down too much, and actually Jamie losing the position now to Alessandro up the inside there. Alessandro. So that did cost him. That little tap that Jamie gave to the rear bumper there of Lewis did cost him a position. Alessandro up the inside. Still fighting on the inside now is Alessandro. Can he hold on to 3rd place? Or can he retake that 3rd place? Jamie's still fighting around the outside. Alessandro has managed to pull ahead. Manages to go defensive once again. And I'll say Simon was waiting for ages. Managed to get it done up into the lead of the race now. Can he manage to pull away from Lewis? So maybe Lewis was playing a bit of a tactical game there, not wanting to use too much of his tyres. Perhaps that's going to come into his favour towards the end of this sprint race. Lap 6 now of 10. 4 to go. So roles reversed now as we approach turn 1. Lewis is sat behind the Lamborghini. What is he going to be able to do? Is he close enough to go for a move? Not this time round. Jamie though in the background looking racy against the second Lamborghini of Alessandro. Oh, Simon sliding it through the first chicane. I think the tyres on that Lamborghini have seen better days. But then in the background there, Lewis seems to be through that right-hander, through the left-hander, the double-king left-hander. Gets a little bit squirrely. Favours a bit more of a wider line, but also puts himself out there on the marbles, which I think is where He ends up getting a little bit of a slide on. Trying to come back now through this hairpin. Part of the snaky S sector. Showing that he hasn't given up yet. Still only 3 tenths off the Lamborghini is Lewis. So Simon, even though he's looked a bit squirrely, he's actually still up on his personal best in this lap, or in this race. Just putting in consistent 1 minute 32s from lap 2 onwards. Wait, where's... I thought we'd lost Lewis for a minute. I'm not sure. I couldn't see where he was. But still hot on the heels of the leader. Can he retake the lead of the race? Simon defending ferociously now. Lewis thinks about a move up the inside. Looks for the better exit. Simon somehow manages to get it. And then Alessandro up the inside of Lewis. Where did that one come from? Oh, and then there's been a concertina. Lewis into the back of Alessandro. Alessandro into the back of Simon. And all the way down to 7th place now. That was unlucky. I don't know if Lewis maybe just got a little bit caught out under braking there with how close he was. Definitely was a bit of a concertina. Alessandro coming off worse. Out of that one. Lewis lives to fight another day. Still only 3 tenths off the leader. Jamie now 8 tenths off the back of him. Obviously losing out that position to Alessandro. He's now got to get back under the rear wing of Lewis in that McLaren. Marilux 4th. Kitto 5th. And you can just see Simon covering off the inside into turn 1 as they approached the braking zone. Sladle 6th. Alessandro now having to... Oh no, he's just taking another one to the rear from BX. I think BX just getting it a little bit wrong on the brakes as well. Poor Alessandro. Come on, lad. So BX still chasing him down in 8th place there. There was a tiny bit of a knock in the braking zone. I think now just trying to edge Alessandro along, trying to give him a few helpful nudges. So Cap holding on to 9th place. He's only 9 tenths off the back of BX Royal, who... Wait, who's got a penalty ahead? I just saw a penalty. I saw somebody carrying a penalty. I know I'm not going crazy. Oh, there is Yannick behind Clarkey with a second's worth of penalty. Clarkey up to 10th, so he's made up a position. Yannick's penalty bar starting to fill now. He's going to lose... Maybe lose the position to Dino behind. Dino only well, he's 1.3 seconds back, but you lose a lot more time than a second when you should. There you go. Sweeps around the outside there. Dino up to 11th place. Yannick got his work out for him once again. Henri there in 13th. Catfish 14th. Signal Fac starting to catch them though. 4.7 seconds is the gap now. It was around 9 last time we checked. So the battle out the front into the final lap. Simon now covering the inside into turn 2. Well, it'd be 3, isn't it? 3 or 4, I believe. Goes a little bit deep there on the exit. Has that allowed Lewis the opportunity to come back alongside? And he has. But Simon's going to have the inside for the next right-hander. Surely Lewis ain't going to be able to make it stick around the outside. I think there's a tiny bit of door open there. Otherwise, plenty of space given. Simon still on the inside. And does keep that first place for the minute. But look at the cars behind. We've got Marilux and Jamie. Both want a bit of the action as well. All fighting out for positions on the podium. through the final few turns now. Who is it going to be? It looks like at the moment Simon may be able to take the win. Lewis comes back though through that braking zone. Just floats it through that left-hander. Is it going to give him what he needs to be able to come back past along the start-finish? I don't think it is. I think it might be a 30 finish between the cars behind though. But it looks like Simon will take the win here. Lewis second, Jamie third, Marilux fourth, Keto in fifth, Sladle will take sixth, Alessandro seventh, BX in eighth, Kep in ninth, Clarkey in 10th, Dino 11th, Yannick in 12th, Henri 13th, Catfish in 14th, and Senior Fack will bring up the rear in 15th place. But he was catching at the end there. That's unlucky, Senior Fack. And that cameraman is going to get shot. Well, that was the first race and the sprint race over with. The results, once again, Simon taking the win there. Lewis finished in second. We got Jamie in third. Marilux took fourth. Kitto in fifth. Sladle took sixth. Alessandro seventh. BX was eighth. We had Kep in ninth. Clarkey was 10th. We had Dino in 11th. Yannick was 12th. Henri 13th. Catfish 14th. And Senior Fack in 15th place. So your reverse top 10 grid puts the Dark Knight on pole position, with Kep starting in second place. We're going to have BX in third, Alessandro fourth, Sladle fifth, Kitto in sixth, Marilux seventh, Jamie in eighth, Lewis in ninth, and Simon will start in 10th place. Oh, and Alessandro taking the fastest lap there as well, 1:31.898. So if you want to grab a refreshment or a toilet break, now would be the time to do so, as we have a slight intermission between races. And I'll be back myself in just a second. I am back. Boom indeed. So this is free practice before the main event of the evening. We'll get underway. The 40-minute endurance, which is obviously a lap race as it has been for the last couple of seasons. And a reverse top 10 grid with a rolling start. And what a first race that was as well. What a spicy first race. The top 6 couldn't have been closer at the end. That was absolutely insane stuff. In fact, in previous rounds we've seen the top 2 manage to sort of pull away from the rest of the field, and that did not happen in the sprint race. So we're going to have to see what happens in the feature. I think it's going to be an interesting one for sure. It looks like everybody opting for the hards in the first stint. Although, no, looks like Clarkey maybe opting for the mediums. Always good to see different strategies on track. Jamie having a very good season so far, isn't he? Picked up some good points there in the sprint race. Sladle seems to have found his feet as well. Definitely looks like he's up to speed in that Peugeot. But nice to see Catfish having some battles closer to the front. Same with Signal Fat. I'm not sure what happened to it. I think he just got a little bit too much curve on that inside there, coming up to the sweeping the centre S's with like the hairpinny bit, and I think it just caught him out a little bit, sent him around. Maybe there was a slight bit of contact involved. I'm not too sure. However, we have the GTR of Clarkey, aka the Dark Knight, lining up on pole for the feature. What can he do from that position? Yeah, I think this is it now. I think, oh no, that was just Henri getting it a little bit wrong there. I thought we was going into, oh no, we are going into the feature race, so here we go. Let's find Clarkey on pole. We'll find a better camera for the rolling start. Oh, Signal Fact saying restart. Restart. So it's going to be a restart. Everybody slowly filtering out. What's that say? Let's go ski. Let's go EC proprio cozy. Does that mean let's go? Mary Looks, 14-year-old PBC driver. Mary Looks is 14. GG's lad. That's pretty incredible. To be up here in tier 1 is that's no easy feat. That's the thing though, some of the youngsters coming up through the ranks, definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're just going to get faster and faster. So what exactly did we restart for? Was there somebody missing from the grid? Not sure. Mizuko. Oh, the names have changed, haven't they? Yeah, so we've got to go back to nicknames, is that right? That's not working. There we go. No. It's I think it's broken. Oh, there we go. So obviously we're having some sort of technical glitch somewhere, but the race will get underway soon. Senior Fac says sorry for what, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's alright, buddy. Just we'll get it underway. Everybody's here, everybody's present. What is going on with the lobby? How is... Look at that lap time there from Jamie. Q-ban is what? We've got 596, 31, 23, 6. What the hell is going on? Yeah. Seems like we have got some bugs within the lobby. Is it a lobby reset? I don't know. Q-ban is served. So I think grid order's just being set. And that is a pretty random split timer. Oh, it's actually showing the right time now. We've got the starting soon there from Senior Fac. The feature will get underway. Sladel's got it now. 596, 31, 23, 648. Is that the numbers from Lost? Did anyone ever watch Lost? It was a weird show. The pilot was brilliant. Very good. Bit of a rubbish ending. Right, so is this it? Is this it now? Yeah, so we can go on board with Clark, who will line up on... But wait, what? What is going on, man? Who's on pole? Showing Kev as being on pole, but it shows Clark as being on pole, but he's further down the field. What is going on? And now we've got a blue flag. For some reason, kept driving off. Wait, what? Oh my god, what is this bug? We're gonna have to restart again. It's kept romping off for the win now. Got absolutely cracking. Look at that lead that he's got. Yeah, it's definitely a bug. Everybody now leaving the lobby once again, so... Welcome to Gt7, everyone, where the racing and the lobbies are bug-free. You would think 4 years or whatever it is into the life cycle of Gt7 they'd have had the lobbies all ironed out and stuff by now. But we can only apologise. The show will go on. The lobby will have to be set once again. Is it worth doing a lobby reset, Senior Fac? Maybe? Potentially? Is that what's going to be? Are we going to lobby reset? How do I... Oh, there we go. Oh, but then that means you got to put the code up again and everything as well, doesn't it? I don't know if it's worth trying. It might stop it happening again. We might just end up with the bug again at the start. I'm not too sure. Oh, okay, so no, we're starting soon. Hopefully this time without any technical glitches. Okie dokie. So, Cap on pole. Well, that's confusing. So I think Dark Knight's for some reason starting at the back, even though he finished 10th in the first race. Maybe that is part of the quali ban. I did see him question it in the chat, so perhaps it's quali ban for both races. The Cap lines up on pole. And with the excitement of it all, I've forgotten the klaxon again, so we'll have a delayed one. But they're off, and Kep will lead them down into turn 1 for the first time in this 26 lap race of Interlagos. Kep not managing to break away this time, as much as he might have liked. BX is trying to stick with him though, managed to pull out 7 tenths over Slater already. So they got a good exit out of the first chicane. Oh, BX floats it a little bit deep through there. Hopefully that was in the track limits, and I think it was. He would have ended up with a penalty already if it wasn't. Slater somehow creeping back under the wing once again of the Porsche. So Slater not giving up. Alessandro 4th. What can he do from 4th? We've got Kito in 5th. Marilux is 6th. Jamie's in 7th, and then a bit of a gap back to Lewis in 8th. Who is holding up Simon in 9th. Simon taking the win in the first race. Henri is 10th. We've got Catfish 11th. Yannick 12th. Who's up the inside there? I think it was Yannick up the inside. Dark Knight trying to come back around the outside in the GTR. Sinil Fak holds that inside line. And Sinil Fak gets squeezed off. Dark Knight turns him around. I'm not sure. There definitely wasn't a lot of space given there, was it? Let's be honest. But then, well, it looked like Sinil Fak starting to come across the front of Clarkey. Clarkey couldn't really go off track. I don't know. We'll leave that one for the stewards. So Catfish continuing in 11th. Henri is 10th on the back of Simon in 9th. And then we've got Lewis in 8th. Lewis 8 tenths off the back of Jamie at the moment. Jamie's been looking very fast all evening. What can he do here in this feature? Kito covers off the inside there to Marilux. Marilux won't be able to get past this time round. He's going to have to sit in the wheel tracks. And then we've got Alessandro in 4th place. About to lose the position though to Kito around the outside. Can Alessandro hold it on the inside? Hard to get the car hooked up around the outside there, and actually opening the door up momentarily to Marilux. There's been a bit of a concertina there into the chicane, into the hairpin, and actually Marilux getting shuffled down the order now as Kito comes along. Kito up to 5th place now, and then we've got Bao behind with Jamie up the inside there, and Marilux getting shuffled down now to 8th place as Lewis manages to get through as well. Will he lose that position now to Simon? Marilux not folding under the pressure, keeps his nose in there, sticking ahead of the Lamborghini. How long can he keep it there? Can he manage to retake the position from Lewis? "14 years old is Marilux." but definitely showing his maturity in racing. Holds on to that 9th place. Managed to retake the position from Lewis. Back up to 8th now. Simon has managed to get through as well. We didn't see that one happen. Simon up into 7th place. Trying to chase down the rest of the field. We've just been focusing on Marilux managing to get back past Lewis. And Lewis actually coming under pressure now from Henri in the 296. So Simon with 7 tenths now to Kito. Kito all over the rear of Jamie in the Ferrari. Jamie with 4 tenths to Alessandro. Then we have Sladel, Kep, and BX has managed to take the lead from Kep. 1.1 seconds is the gap back to 2nd place Kep. Can Kep manage to reel that back in? Can he stay ahead of Sladel? Sladel looking quick at the moment, up into the top 3. Can he keep it there? He's got a long way to go at the moment, but definitely giving the top 2 a run for their money, as Kep has managed to creep almost back into that slipstream range. Only 7 tenths in it now. Really putting them hard tyres through their paces. I think actually the top 3 all on the hard. So where... Oh, it's Clarky, wasn't it? Dark Knight on the mediums. So Alessandro still holds on to 4th. We've got Jamie, only 3 tenths off of him now. Simon's there in 6th. 7 tenths off of the Ferrari. And a second now back to Marilux. 1.1 seconds back to Marilux. Marilux still defending to Lewis. Lewis up the inside now. Can he manage to make the move stick? I don't like Marilux just carrying the better cornering speed there. He actually looks very confident at the moment, does Marilux. Can he manage to creep back onto the back of the Lamborghini ahead? He needs to try and do something. He can't keep up this defensive race for too long, or can he? And actually it looked like Lewis clipping the rear of him slightly, which cost him a couple of attempts there. Getting the rear a little bit squirrely on that McLaren, which brought him back into the clutches of Henri. Let's go on board with Henri. So Henri chasing down 8th place Lewis, and you can still see just about 1st place coming into turn 1 as they came down the start finish. So only 6 seconds off the leader as he tries to have a look up the inside there. Lewis says that isn't happening there. You're gonna have to wait, try again. And meanwhile in the background, look at Clarky go. Clarky on the mediums, trying to make the most of them as well. He's going to look for a move here into this second hard braking zone of the lap. No, he's not. Maybe looks for the better exit. In a train now of 4 cars, Kito 5 tenths behind. If any of these up ahead make a mistake, Clarky's surely going to be waiting to pounce. Lewis still unable to find his way past Marilux. The young driver, definitely a tricky customer. Looking very composed at the moment in that Peugeot is Marilux. As Lewis tries to have a look up the inside now. Is he going to be able to make it stick? And he does. So that was a move made there from Lewis up into 7th place. Can he break away from the Peugeot driver now? And it looks like the cars behind saw it happen, and they've all maybe sensed an opportunity. Have the tyres started to die on the Peugeot. So Kito now 11th place. We've got Yannick chasing him down in 12th. Catfish there in 13th. Dino 14th. Senior Fac. Has Senior Fac gone for an early pit stop? He has. He's onto the softs. He's onto the soft compound tyre. Can he make up that time? Will he be able to take the fastest lap? He's still got a lot of petrol. Still got a lot of fuel in the tank. Meanwhile, BX with 2 seconds over 2nd place Kep. Kep still managing to stay ahead of Slado. Slado looking very quick indeed though, has closed right up onto the back of that Ferrari. Can he manage to get a move done? Gonna get shown the long way round into the sweeping right-hander. Maybe we'll look for the better exit, almost sensing an opportunity up the inside there. Managed to close right back up onto the rear of that Ferrari. Does try to have a look up the inside into the entry of this hairpin. Probably also conscious of that Lamborghini looming in his rearview mirror. The Lamborghini of Alessandro wants a bit of the action as well. And he's also got his teammate 2 cars behind. And look at this train from 3rd back to 6th. Can be quite hard to get an overtake done around Interlagos. Slado tries to have a look now around the outside of Kep. Does manage to move ahead momentarily. Can he get it to stick by the braking zone? Maybe being forced off a little bit wide there. Actually losing out more positions than he would have liked. Kep will keep that 2nd place for the minute. I think there's a bit of ferocious defending going on there from Kep. Alessandro up to 3rd now. Slado defending to the Ferrari and Lamborghini, who also want to try and get past onto the back of the top 3. Slado being a bit bullied now, or feeling a bit bullied. The Lamborghini and Ferrari. Oh no! Simon's got it wrong. He's had to take the off. What the hell just happened there? What did we even see happen? What's going on with Simon? Whoa! Oh, yeah, I don't. Not sure. Have we lost connection? Are you taking the? Oh my God! Oh, for what is going on? I'm not sure if the lobby's just crashed or if it's my internet. We'll try and get back in with the racing. Right, so we're connected to a server. We're going to rejoin the lobby. Where is the lobby thingy? There it is. ID. So it looks like it may have been. Oh no. So it looks like Catfish maybe has crashed as well. So perhaps it was a lobby thing. No, it's not. So BX still in the lead of the race. It looked like it just started raining. I didn't know we could get rain in Interlagos. Very strange indeed. Some very strange goings-ons. It says we're on lap 1 or 26, but that isn't right. That will correct itself soon. We're 13 minutes now into this feature race. And in fact, BX isn't even in first place. So what is... What is going on? Someone tell me what is going on with the lobby, please. Like, we've had some weird technical glitches all night, and it seems to be continuing. So BX Royal was in the lead of the race, and I do believe he still is in the lead of the race with 3.5 seconds lead. Kep was there in second place, wasn't he, with Alessandro in third. So Jamie still holding on to that fourth. Sladell has got Dark Knight behind him. Clarkey, what has happened to Borgiani? Have we lost Borgiani? Did he have a disconnect? So Lewis still there in 7th place. Henri is 8th. We've got Marilux now 9th. Yannick 10th. Dino in 11th. Keto in 12th. Senior Fact 13th. And we have lost 2 drivers. So we've lost Borgiani, Simon, and we have lost Catfish. So Lloyd Clarkey into the pits to get rid of them mediums. BX still with 4 seconds over the rest of the field. Just extending that gap. Just extending that gap. So Kep under increasing pressure now from Alessandro and Jamie. Is Alessandro going to be able to pull off a move? Going to be able to get an overtake done? Only time will tell. So we go lap 10 of 26 now. Most of the guys still out on their first set of tyres. Senior Fact with the fastest lap, aided by them softs. 1:33.3. Oh, we've got Jamie looking for a move there as well. He was looking very fast down the start finish, couldn't quite get up the inside. Alessandro around the outside. Will he be able to get through? How? BX Royal still leading, and then we've got a battle in the background there. Kep does lose position to Alessandro and to Jamie, down to 4th place for Kep. That's unlucky, Kep. He's held on to 2nd place since the start of the race, only losing it on lap 11. So Alessandro now up into 2nd place, the only Lamborghini left in this race. We had the disconnect of Borgiani. That was so unlucky, and then obviously I must have disconnected from the lobby as well. We had to get the stream restarted abruptly. In fact, the stream never stopped, but we had to rejoin abruptly. Jamie really starting to put the pressure onto the Lamborghini driver. As I say, he's been looking very fast all evening in that 458. .8 seconds off the leader, which is still BX. Lewis now up to 4th place. He's managed to get past Kep. Kep looks like he's trying to fight back. Will he go for a move into turn 1? No, he thinks better of it. Maybe his tyres starting to die a bit of a death on that Ferrari. Does come a little bit wild, doesn't it, on worn tyres. Meanwhile, Sladell right back into the slipstream of the Aylin Ferrari. He's lost 4 positions now as Kep. Looks like he might lose a 5th. Can Sladell find his way past in that Peugeot? Not too far behind is Kep's teammate Henri. Can Henri assist Kep in this battle? The battle is definitely starting to warm up. It's starting to heat up a little bit. Lap 12 of 26, coming up to the halfway mark of this race. So Henri doing what he can to try and tuck under the rear of that Peugeot. And it looks like the Peugeot of Slado maybe getting the better exit out that last turn. Onto the start finish. Does look like he's got a run now. Will he be able to go for the overtake around the outside? Actually kept pulling into the pits now. Slado into the free air. Can he pull away from Henri? 9 tenths is the gap. Just out of slipstream range is Henri. And Slado wants a bit of the action up at the front. You can see the top 4 not too far ahead. Lewis onto the back now of Jamie. Everyone around him though seemingly on similar strategies. So what is he going to be able to do to be able to take the lead away from BX? He's currently 4.2 seconds off the leader and currently sat behind Alessandro and Jamie. And Alessandro doing a great job of holding that second place to Jamie in the 458. As I say, we've seen how rapid Jamie has been this evening. So Alessandro doing a very good job there, and Lewis unable to find his way past as well, looking for the better exit maybe onto the start finish. Well, that Ferrari down the start finish straight is absolutely rapid. Oh, Alessandro into the pit. So these two, top 3 rather. In fact, the guys behind actually going for the undercut strategy. Jamie stays out of favour's track position, becomes new race leader. What can he do from here? Is he going to try and run for as long as he can on them hards? How much longer is he going to be able to take him for? Definitely got enough fuel for another 4 or 5 laps, I'd say. Maybe 3 or 4 if he's pushing. So Clarkey, interestingly, on the different strategy, started on the mediums, now on a second set of mediums. Up to second place, but 22.6 seconds off the leader. Jamie is still yet to pit. Obviously, I think the rule is you have to use 2 different compounds, so as long as Clarkey stops again, which his fuel definitely shows me that he's going to be, he could be on for a good strategy here. Could be in with a fighting chance after starting at the back for the second race of the evening. So BX Rules re-emerged in 3rd place. He's a whole 29.6 seconds back from Jamie now, but he had pulled quite a lead, hadn't he? So I think that he may still be able to come back through once Jamie shows up pits. And actually Jamie not extending, so into the pits now for Jamie. Clarkey, the Dark Knight, is going to become new race leader. And actually with the fastest lap at the moment as well, 1:32.6. And there we go, up into the lead of the race. He's going to be stopping again. Obviously on a different strategy to the cars around him. You would presume he's going to go onto the softs. But I think the guys around him on a one-stop strategy at the moment. And BX is now on a fresh set of medium tyres. Definitely with enough fuel to take him to the end of the race. Kep now third, 3.7 seconds off the back of BX, and then we've got a battle between Well, it's actually a battle between Kep and Jamie. Jamie all over the rear of that Ferrari once again. In fact, sister cars, the 458 and the 296. And then we have Alessandro in the Lamborghini and Lewis in the McLaren. Bit of a four-way battle for third place there at the moment. So yeah, Kep went for the earlier pit stop, didn't he? Jamie on the younger tyres. In fact, yeah, he's stopped a lap later than everybody, didn't he? So that might work out really well for him, getting the shown the long way round. Kep defended on the inside. Also with a little bit of lag, it's going to be a little bit hard to try and find a way past. Kep does cover off the inside on the approach to the second hard braking zone of this lap. Jamie showing the long way round once again, but looking for the switchback. There may have been a tiny bit of contact there on the exit. Did see a little bit of dust kicked up. Still sits there in fourth place, Kep. Oh, and Jamie up the inside now. Kep will have the inside for the hairpin, but he manages to come back alongside. It's looking like Jamie's got a sewn up though, up into third place. And Kep almost losing the position now to Alessandro. Alessandro up the inside, through the right hander, but he's on the outside now for the left, and he's going to be out on the outside for the next turn as well. Also with Lewis not too far behind. Gonna have to get a good run on to the start finish. On everybody swapping positions. Kep now covering the inside. Alessandro has a look around the outside. Is Lewis going to try and give the bump to Kep? No, he has a look up the inside. 3 wide into turn 1, into 2 now. Kep manages to retake the position. Lewis though managing to get past Alessandro. Alessandro down to 6th place, and Lewis still trying for that 4th place. Manages to get it done, and Alessandro slots his way up the inside as well. I kept maybe trying to eke them tyres out, try and get them to the end of the race. We've got Henri not far behind now as well. Murray looks up to 8th once again. Sladle's now 9th. We have Yannick in 10th, Dino 11th, Kitto 12th, Senior Fac 13th. And still yet to make his way onto the back of the field. So Clarkey on them increasingly heavily worn tyres, mediums. When is he going to end up pitting once again? Will it be at the end of this lap? No, I think he's going to go for another. Probably at the end of lap 18. Will the softs do 8 laps? It's definitely going to be interesting. I think Clark is going to find out. Can he make the softs last for 8 laps? That is surely going to be the only game plan he can go with. Currently with a 7.4 second lead over BX, who has a 4 second lead over third place Jamie. Lewis now 1.1 seconds behind third place Jamie in the Ferrari, but has got past Alessandro, who's now 5th. Really driving the wheels off that McLaren at the moment though is Lewis. It looks like the battle's started to calm down for the minute. Nobody really close enough to go for a move at this stage. So Clarkie's starting to lose a little bit of time now. 2 BX, it was around 7 seconds, 7.4 seconds before, it's down to 6.6. How much more time is he going to lose before he enters the pit? He's had to stay out for another lap, not wanting to take them softs for 8 laps. He's still going to have to take them for 7 at least. So approaching the end of his second stint now. Looking to get rid of them medium tyres, take on a little bit of fuel, bit of a splash and dash onto the softs. Where is he going to come out? You can just see BX starting to creep into shot in the background. Only 6.1 seconds back now is BX in the Porsche. The gap now down to 5.8 seconds. That was maybe 1 lap too long, but he knew he had to extend. He didn't really have another option. Will peel into the pits now. So BX is going to become race leader once again. Where is Clarkie going to come out in the order? He's going to be on the fastest compound and probably the lightest fuel load. Still has to take enough on board to get him to the end of the race. He's got 6 laps to make up any positions lost. And BX 3.5 seconds over second place Jamie. Jamie's had a absolutely incredible drive this evening. Definitely give himself a pat on the back. Giving the faster drivers a run for their money. But Lewis 3/10 off the back of him now, and with the fastest lap on lap 11, 1:32.2. Really starting to lean on them mediums tyres now. We'll have a look in a second, see where Clarkie has come out. Dark Knight. So Alessandro is still there in 4th place. We've got Kep in 5th. Marilux is in 6th. So making up a few positions. Keeping Henri at bay at the moment, but has got Henri for company in 7th place. With Slade in 8th, followed by Yannick in 9th. Kaito is in 10th, Dino 11th. So Clarkie's come out in 12th place, Hanny's currently 15.4 seconds back. 28.2 off the leader. Come on Clarkie. You have to get your head down, mate. Senior Fac 18.6 back from Clarkie. So I don't know. In fact, we know that Jamie went to the pits a lap or 2 later than BX. Well, I don't know if BX has had a moment somewhere, but he's definitely lost time to the car behind. It was around 3.5 seconds, now down to 2.9. BX Royal, 5 laps to go. Can he hold on? But more crucially, look at Jamie go. Jamie managing to find a few temps over Lewis once again. What are tyres on the McLaren? So they do look a little bit worse, but maybe Lewis pitting a lap earlier. In fact, I think he did. He went in the same time as BX. So Jamie does have the tyre advantage at the moment. And gets the better exit out of the first chicane. Desperately trying to build a bit of a gap between him and third place Lewis. And you can just see Alessandro in shot there as well. Probably about a second off the back of Lewis. BX looking a little bit ragged up ahead. We'll check in with him in just a second. Oh, Lewis with a little bit of snap there on the exit, losing a little bit of time once again. I think the tyres on that McLaren have started to die a bit of a death. Absolutely screaming out now for dear life. Alessandro though still sat 1.1 seconds back. Maybe he can capitalise come the end if he can find some grip from somewhere. Try and find Clarkey, still unable to reel that time in. He's only got 4 laps to do, so we're checking with BX. We're back on board with BX. Does look like he is starting to suffer with a tiny bit of understeer. As the front of that Porsche start to die. Not losing too much time to the car behind though, which is crucial. There so you just see the car just starting to wash out on the front a little bit. That probably is where he's starting to lose a tenth or two here and there. Jamie keeping it really consistent at the moment. Managing to keep the gap consistent back to Lewis as well. Lewis just keeps dipping in and out of the slipstream range. I think the Ferrari also so very good through the first sector. Seems to be where Jamie's making up a lot of his time. Lewis not losing too much time to him that time round. In fact, starting to gain ever so slightly. Are we going to see a final battle for second place in the dying stages of this race? We might well do at this rate. Can Alessandro manage to reel the top 3 back in? Currently with a nice gap over 5th place Cap. Yes, calmed down a little bit in the background now. Henri now 6th, Yannick 7th, Kitto 8th, Sladle 9th. What happened to Marilux? Dino 10th. Marilux down in 12th now. Being caught out by Clarkey. And then Sinelfak all the way at the back. So looks like this is where the battle is at the moment between Jamie and Lewis. Into the penultimate lap of this feature race. And apologies once again for the technical glitches. Obviously, as we know, GT isn't the most stable. It should be, but it's not. And obviously you throw other people's connections into the mix and it can be a recipe for disaster sometimes, but we keep going. As to the guys, and we did get 2 disconnects. We had Catfish and Borgiani with them unfortunate disconnects. I don't know if it was my connection or what, but seemingly backing right out of the lobby and then coming back into it seemed to fix it for me. Obviously you can't do that if you are racing. We have Clarkey now onto the back of Marilux. And as I said, I thought it'd be a tall order for them softs to make it to the end, and they're going to be feeling very worse for wear once he comes across the line at the end. The BX now into the final lap. He's got 1.9 seconds over Jamie in second place. It looks like he may be on for the win here if he manages to keep it on the grey stuff. We won't stay on board with him for too long. We don't want to give him commentator's curse. That has happened in the past. So Jamie under increasing pressure now from Lewis. Has Lewis got enough life left in them tyres though to be able to set one up and get it to stick? Still some very good points on the board this evening. And great to see Jamie on the podium again. The last 2 rounds he's had have been very good indeed. Only a few more turns to go. Can he hold on to the second slot on the podium? Both a little bit squirrely through that final turn. And it looks like he might have done just enough. We'll have to go on board with BX though. He's coming up to the start finish and the checkered flag, and he will take the win here in this second race of the evening. Jamie will come in with second, Lewis in third. Alessandro will take fourth. We've got a battle between the 2 Ferrari teammates, Kep and Henri. Is Henri going to go for the move? No, he doesn't. Kep in 5th, Henri 6th, Yannick 7th, Kitto in 8th, Sladel 9th, Distinct Dino in 10th. Marilux takes 11th in the end. Kalaki will take 12th. I thought he was pulling over there for Dark Knight. I thought he was pulling over for Clarkey to pass. I didn't, confused. Senor Fack, last but not least. Will he be able to retake the fastest lap? It's going to have to be a 1:31. Oh, I think he's just lost any time that he might have had there. Yeah, down by 5 tenths now. Yeah, we kind of saw that incident, but I'm not too sure what happened there. I don't know if he kind of pulled across the front of Dark Knight or if... Yeah, I don't know. As I say, stewards probably are going to have a look at that one. There we go, Senor Fack now across the line, finishes in 13th place, and as I say, we had the DC of Borgiani and of Catfish. So yeah, not great for them guys. But this was it, your results once again. BX took the win there with Jamie in 2nd place. We had Lewis in 3rd, Alessandro was 4th, Kep was 5th, Henri was 6th, Yannick 7th, Kitto was 8th, Sladale was 9th, Dino was 10th, Marilux was 11th, Dark Knight was 12th, and Senor Fack finished in 13th place. Dark Knight did take the fastest lap, 1:31.7. So another point for him there. Well, if you enjoyed that one, guys, I'll be back same time, same place next week. Probably back on the ALR channel. Obviously, as I say, there was technical glitches our end as well. Couldn't seem to get access to the YouTube, so had to put it onto my channel. But yeah, you can come and have a look here as well. So anyway, I've been your boy Vex. It's been the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the Gt7 Championship, Season 23. Good night. Wait, what?